Okay, gentlemen, thank you once again for joining me in our series about brand protection. Very valuable information for those sellers out there that have brands that they want to protect. And who else to talk to about this but the experts CJ and Rob at Rosenbaum, and Segall. Let's get started. First topic, I would love to talk, we're always talking about Amazon, but I thought it would be great if we can take some time and talk about Alibaba for once, and let's delve right in. So CJ, why don't you take this first question? Can you compare Alibaba's policy against seller infringement of trademark, copyrights, and patents to Amazon's?
Well, what's funny is that the Chinese government and the Chinese people catch so much grief and propaganda about stealing intellectual property rights. But when it comes to online platforms, Alibaba has a much more robust system where you actually have to show that you own intellectual property rights before you can make an intellectual property right complaint. Now, when it comes to logistics, Rob could handle those questions much better than I can. He is my partner and my friend and the world's greatest brand protector when it comes to Amazon, Alibaba, and any platform on earth. And I'm not blowing that out of proportion.
Rob, can you take over now and get a little bit more specific, like maybe describe how Alibaba's issues, takedown requests for how that happens?
Like CJ said, the major difference between using Alibaba's report infringement platform and Amazon's reporting infringement platform, which is usually brand registry, is that Alibaba verifies who's submitting the complaints and who owns the rights that are being submitted before they'll accept or consider taking action on any complaint. As many of you know, Amazon does not have any sort of gatekeeper, so to speak, and Amazon will accept a complaint if it's filed by a competitor sometimes that doesn't even own the rights. But Alibaba is much different. When we file complaints, Alibaba actually has a template power of attorney form that they require us to execute with our clients so that we can enforce the rights on their behalf. And we're also required to upload our clients' business certificates or identification cards, along with the corresponding owner information and actual trademark, patent, or copyright registration certificates. It takes about 24 hours. Alibaba verifies it, and then we can actually start taking action.
Michelle, this is hugely important for brands because it stops people who don't have authority from asserting the brand's intellectual property rights. And the goal of brand protection is to protect the brand, which means preventing blowback. And by Alibaba requiring proof and a power of attorney, it protects the brand to make sure that their brand protection is done by professionals.
Is there anything that Amazon should take note of in terms of, how Alibaba does its process?
Well, I think that Amazon would be well served to follow in their footsteps to require some proof of ownership, some proof of authority to actually take brand protection efforts, because there is a lot of blowback, a lot of risk when brand protection is done improperly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Rob, you wanted to add something to that?
Yeah, well, that's absolutely right. And just taking a step back and talking about why Alibaba is so important, Alibaba might not be a source of a platform that's necessarily stealing a lot of sales from the brand, but it could be the source where the infringing sellers are getting their counterfeit products from. Just this week, we had a new client who's got a new counterfeit seller from overseas jumping on their listing. It's a card game, which is rather, easier for the Chinese manufacturers to replicate. And we went on Alibaba and took about 50 listings off in one swipe. And that really limits the supply chain of those sellers who are looking for the counterfeit goods and know that Alibaba is a place to source them. So when you're developing a brand protection strategy, I think that if counterfeits are specifically an issue, you need to consider enforcing on both platforms, on Amazon to protect the big majority of your sales, but also on Alibaba to stop the supply chain of the counterfeit goods from ever entering the marketplace in the first place.
That's a huge protection that Rob and our team can provide to brands. It's not just at the bottom of the funnel, the retail to consumer, the Amazon that we can cut off. We can cut off the sellers at the top of that funnel to prevent a ton of counterfeit products from ever getting onto Amazon. And I think that's a huge thing that we can do for brands that a lot of other people out there just cannot. In order to have a power of attorney, you need to be an attorney.
Are counterfeit products a big issue for sellers, would you say?
For sellers and consumers, I mean, when consumers get their hands on counterfeit goods, it's a problem for the seller because that tarnishes the brand name, and that's where your sales come from, is the goodwill associated with your name. And in terms of it being a problem, I think it's much more prevalent on Alibaba because they're not an American company that's subject to the same liabilities as US law. But as the Chinese government gets more and more, I guess, focused on employing a proper intellectual property system there, we'll see some changes, and we've seen some changes with platforms like Alibaba really taking it to the next level on making enforcement possible.
Well, clearly we have not exhausted the subject of Alibaba, but did want to wrap it up right here. And for those of you who are viewing this, please comment. If you have questions, please put them in the comment section, and we will make sure to create more videos that answer those questions. Thank you all for joining, and there's going to be more to come. So stay tuned.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you very much.